Cleanup. It is underway after a powerful EF3 tornado tore through the Fox Valley in Wisconsin this past Monday. The trail damage is left behind. We're talking about Appleton, Menasha, small towns that have just been really refaced. We're talking about homes and businesses destroyed, power lines that are completely taken down, and a lot of work to get done.
Fox 6 News Milwaukee reporter Andrew Amuzu joins us this morning with all that's been going on there. The community coming together, it's been tough. They're used to severe weather, but tornadoes isn't something they often talk about here.
Yeah, that's right, guys. And as you were naming those different areas, especially in the Fox Valley area of Wisconsin, this is something, of course, I'm with the Fox 6 in Milwaukee, but prior to this, my previous stop was in Northeast Wisconsin. And a lot of what the culture is here in Northeast Wisconsin, even into the Fox Valley area, are tight-knit communities. And nothing is bringing these communities closer than, of course, severe weather. Let me step out of the way because this is sort of what we've been seeing, not just today, but of course throughout the past few days after that devastating EF3 tornado. Literally all of these houses and homes and businesses are almost all of them unrecognizable. You're seeing cars smashed, you're seeing trees just not even have any leaves, barely any branches, all of these things. And even with it being this early in the morning, I don't know if you can even hear there's beeping going on in the back. There's work being done this early. And I know we've been, talking about the damage, but also the work that's in place. There is a curfew as of right now that continues to be in place, that law enforcement is making sure that people are off the streets. Work is being done during those hours, but also they're reporting, and thankfully that we can report this, that as of right now, no fatalities or serious injuries, but of course, hospitals are hard at work around the clock, making sure that everyone is being treated carefully and of course with precision, especially as many people are recovering right now. And something else I want to throw out there, because we've been talking all about the damage that we've been seeing from property, whether it's your house or your car. A lot of people, the aftermath of this, are in need of just clean drinking water. There's that boil water advisory that's still in place, food supply that's limited, even something as small as bug spray. It might seem small, but it is a big deal right now, making sure traffic is underway and is in order as well. So all of those things, that's the aftermath of what a tornado can do. It's not just about those high winds and the damage that it can do to houses and cars, but it applies to so many different aspects of life. And now the story is, just days after that devastating tornado, is all about the community recovery efforts. So we do plan to continue to highlight that throughout the morning, guys.
And Andrew, you have an extensive experience there firsthand in knowing the community. With talking to people, are you hearing that many of them want to rebuild and stay there? I'm sure they have roots that have been there for generations in some cases.
Yeah, this is definitely an area where a lot of people have moved here and they will stay. And that is something that people are proud of, to be here in this area. I don't mean to get so economical right now, but as far as cost of living, the resources here, especially in Northeast Wisconsin, it's very family friendly. A lot of people do believe, and that's what I've been hearing for the past couple of years since I even started reporting here in this area. And so a lot of people are just working to rebuild and not necessarily move out of the area. They are depending on a lot of resources from other communities, even a little bit up north to Green Bay and surrounding areas in the Fox Valley. So definitely a team effort, not just here in Menasha or in the Fox Valley, but Northeast Wisconsin overall.
It's good to hear that.
Wisconsin's a beautiful state.
Yeah,
so, during these dark times, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Andrew, thank you so much for the update. That is Andrew Amuzu reporting in Menasha, Wisconsin this morning.